Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we are done with automotive electronic system. So I hope by now you already understood how battery, how a starter motor in a starting system, a spark plug for the ignition system, and also alternator in a charging system functioning in a vehicle, especially on how actually they are integrated between each other. Right. For this week, we are going to continue with automotive drivetrain system. So the learning outcome for this drivetrain system is for you to be able to distinguish between transmission and also transaxle, and describe the manual and also automatic transmission between the 2 and 4-wheel drive vehicle. Okay, right? Right. So what is drivetrain? So drivetrain is a group of components that deliver power to the driving wheels. Right? Don't be confused with powertrain. If people are talking about powertrain, so it combines also the engine, right? So if you talk about powertrain, so it combines the engine as well as the drivetrain. So drivetrain is only the drivetrain function is actually to couple the engine that already produced the power to the drivetrain with the help of the other components such as the clutch, the transmission, the gearbox, all right, the propeller shaft, the final drive shaft, and to the wheels at the back, all right. Okay, so the first component of a drivetrain that we're going to study is the automotive clutch. Okay, so clutch pedal is the one that you can find in a manual transmission cars. It's actually the one on the far left where a driver must press every time you change the gear. Okay, so what is the purpose of this clutch? It's actually for the automotive drivetrain to carry power from the engine to the drive wheel. All right. So this clutch will control the power flows in a vehicle with manual transaction or transaxle. It couples and uncouples the manual transmission and also the engine. Okay, so when actually the driver push the pedal down, so the clutch will be disconnect from the engine flywheel, so no engine will flow during that time. So that is the time when you actually change your gear. Okay, and when the driver release the clutch pedal, so the clutch will engage and the power will flow through to the transmission. Where is the location of the clutch? It's actually in between the engine flywheel and also the transmission. Okay, so you have this engine flywheel. So this engine flywheel is actually the mechanical device that store the rotational energy from the engine. All right, and you have this clutch dish that accomplish this connection and also connection between the transmission and also the engine, right? And it's also another component that important is actually the diaphragm spring and also this release fork. So when you press release the clutch pedal, so those are the main component that will make the clutch engage and disengage from the engine. What is actually function of a clutch, right? I will explain more clearly. Right, it can be disengaged, meaning when you press the clutch pedal down, all right, it will allow the engine cranking and also permit the engine to run freely without delivering the power to transmission. Okay, when you disengage, it permit the driver to shift the transmission into various gear, right? Like I mentioned before, this is when actually you use your gear stick to change the gear, right? So it allows the driver to select the proper gear for the operating condition. When you engaging, meaning you release the pedal, so it provides smooth engagement and lessen the shock on gears, shaft, and also other drivetrain parts. Okay, so this is when actually your engine develop enough torque to overcome inertia of the vehicle, and drive wheel will turn and vehicle will begin to move. Okay, the power from the engine is delivered to the drive wheels. Okay, and the clutch permits the power from engine to the transmission. Okay, so this figure is actually just to show you how the clutch pedal when you release and also when you depress. So when you release it, meaning you're not putting your foot at the clutch pedal, so you can see actually the power, the red part is actually where it's connected between the engine flywheel and also the clutch, right? And when you depress the pedal over here, right, so the release fork is when you declutch over here, so the release fork will go up and gives pressure over here, so this part will go down, and it will the diaphragm spring will go down, all right, and it will move up the clutch disc, right? It will release the clutch disc from the engine flywheel. They will be disconnected.